Hi everyone, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. This is the daily forecast. It is for all signs, and I do speak in broad terms. It is a broad spectrum reading. You have to figure out if and where it fits in your life, if at all. If it doesn't fit or doesn't make sense, that's okay. It doesn't mean anything's broken or wrong. You're not on your path or anything like that. It just may not be your reading, or you might be working on something different at this time. It's originally created for Monday, the 26th of December. It's not solely set for that date. I believe that readings can be timeless. When they find you is when you might need them. If it applies to your situation when you're watching it, even if it's, years from when it was created, by all means, utilize the information for validation or support or whatever. Basically, take what you need and leave the rest. For those of you that are new, please check out the drop-down menu underneath any of my daily videos or weekly videos. In there is just some housekeeping rules, things I want you to think about when utilizing the channel, what decks I'm using, and how to get in contact with me for a private reading. I will never contact you or solicit you for a reading, know that. Also, easy way to support the channel. One way you can do that is, by all means, please hit that thumbs up button. Leave me a question or comment, share the video out, and subscribe to the channel, right? All of that greatly helps me, lets me know if you're resonating with the content. And beyond that, I will be referring back to the Sunday underpinning reading, which is the weekly reading that usually goes up on Sunday. It will populate in the lower left-hand corner of this video at the end. So if you want to check that out, if you hear me talking about cards that you don't see in this reading and you're like, what's he talking about? It's referring back to that reading because that's sort of the layer underneath the daily. Does that make sense? I hope so. All right, so let's see what these cards want us to know for the 26th for the collective of December. What is out there and available to us? What do we need to be aware of? What focus can we keep? Okay. All right, so let's see what our card is today. Okay, it's not the Six of Swords, but it is the Seven of Wands. She doesn't look like she's having a very good day. Seven of Wands isn't necessarily a bad card. To me, the number 7 can represent like challenges, developing ourselves personally, and certain responsibilities we might have. The Seven of Wands is that element of fire, desire, the spirit. When I think about this card, usually this card indicates having a little bit of an upper hand in maybe a struggle or a fight, defending one's position. It can be about setting boundaries. I love how there's like all of these wands coming at her, all these different hands, opinions, thoughts, ideas. And this is where it comes in about responsibilities, right? Is like, who are we responsible to? What does society expect of us? These are sort of the different wands that come at us, maybe spiritually. Oh, she's dancing in the background. They come at us, almost. I need to turn on the heater. It's freezing here. Almost. Excuse my skinny butt coming around to turn on the heater. They come at us almost like at an energetic level in a way when we're at the level of spirit or the level of wands, right? And so we might be picking up on some of these things today and defining what they mean to us, clearing away the clutter. That's the clouds in the background. You see the blue skies behind her? And underpinning this in the Sunday reading is that Six of Swords, which is the clarity of the mind. Our mind could be clearing, and our energetic body or our spiritual body could also be picking up on cues, signs, messages in a way that we might be, and I don't want to say defending ourselves, because it doesn't to me feel like it's threatening. It's like maybe instead of defending, it's more about defining. Right? Like, I kind of get this theme, and I don't know, we're not too deep in the week, but from the Sunday reading, I get this theme that this is the last week of the year for us. This is about shoring up, and I feel like the cards are trying to tell us to fight for what we believe in, or to stand firm on our ground, and to hold our boundaries, clear our mind with that Six of Swords underneath this, and then defend what we know to be true, right? If we need to defend it, if we're challenged by it. Now, that challenge doesn't mean like actual debates or fights. You know, we may not be seeing anything, but it could be a push-pull even at the spiritual level where we feel conflicted, or, you know, this person expects this of me, or my job expects that of me. Is this correct for me? Does this feel right for me? And feel is a good word, because feelings are oftentimes how the spirit can communicate to us through the body and through our mind when those emotions kind of come up. Does this feel right to us? What I do love about this card, and this card oftentimes even in a traditional Rider-Waite indicates that we have a foot on higher ground. I don't necessarily see that, but she's up on this like little plateau here. So she's kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? She's equipped to defend herself or hold her ground and know her truth from maybe a higher space. And I feel like that truth is the clouds kind of cutting away. Didn't we have... Oh, we had the Queen of Swords on Saturday. She was like entering into this week like with a view on the future and clearing away the clouds. And I think that this is the action that we saw from Saturday's Queen of Wands and the Queen of Swords and the clarifiers, is us understanding our truth and then being willing to hold tight to it or defend it. We don't have to grip it from a place of resistance, right? This isn't about resisting. This is just like, no, this no longer applies to me. No, this no longer fits me. No, this no longer feels right to me. And it's okay for it not to feel right to you, even if there's others' opinions or ideas or whatever being hurled at you, even if it's at the energetic level, you know? And I think that's the importance of the Six of Swords underneath this. Remember, swords are swords are air and wands are fire. They feed off of each other. They're actually complementary to each other. So the Six of Swords being under this says to me, let the clarity of our mind or our thoughts or what we communicate indicate what we're willing to defend, stand up against, draw boundaries around. And then, you know, take action even, because fire is a suit of action, right? Or movement. She's definitely heading into the future. Although she looks like she might be struggling a little bit. She's got the wind in her hair. But there's a clarity coming for her or for us that we have been working on maybe for the past few weeks ending out this year, especially seeing that Six of Swords card so much. And thinking of that Six of Swords, you know, it's drawing me to those purple pants, and now this pink dress is saying to me, have compassion for ourselves while we do this. This pink makes me think of the heart chakra. So knowing our truth and then compassionately defending it. See, she's not like, it's almost like I want to say this. She's not sticking her wand out there to like hit anybody. She's using it as a barricade. And I use that word barricade in the Sunday reading because we saw those clarifiers that felt definitely like putting up a defense or a boundary, a wall. So she's not swinging out like an aggression. She's like, nope, not you, not you, not you, not you, not you, not today, Satan. Like, it's not going to happen. I'm going to be compassionate to myself. I'm going to clear my thought and mind and get rid of the opinions of others or the thoughts of others or the responsibilities of societal responsibilities that I feel like, you know, draw upon me too much. And I'm going to draw the line here. And there's greener pastures to be had once she comes down from this sort of space of compassionate self-defense. Is that even a thing? Maybe we need compassionate self-defense classes, people. How to love your mugger. I don't know. All right, so that's my feeling with this. Let's get into the Divine Abundance card and see what's going on here. Oh my God! I can't with this card. What is going on? These are the medicine bags. Alessandra called it in yesterday's comments. These are the medicine bag cards of this month. This Six of Swords and this Right Action card. She will not get past me. The other thing I have to say is I think that Spirit is trying to teach me how to speak this word because I cannot pronounce it. Aparigraha literally means let everything that wants to go, go, and everything that wants to come, come. So remaining open, again, I do like that we have the pink and the blue, baby pink, they're in alignment, they're moving forward, we're moving forward in right action. That right action can be compassionate sort of boundary making today. What feels right in our spirit allows us, even if we're being challenged by outside sources or opinions, allows us to sort of defend what we know to be true for ourselves, the clarity of our mind, and establish more clarity. We will be successful because the Seven of Wands indicates that, but it might take a little bit of time. I don't feel like we necessarily have to convince others, but we might need to hold our ground until others back the fuck down, excuse my language. But that might be the case, right? And so, it's not like we're getting in there and creating the fight or instigating nor prolonging it. We're just sort of compassionately defending our belief, our truth, our wisdom, and moving towards what is meant for us and what we feel is right, rather than being, following what we're being told otherwise. I hope that makes sense, guys. Excuse me. It's so cold here, I just can't deal. My nose is running. Even the dogs are over it. All right, so let's look at the clarifiers. Oh, Cupid, you're over it, aren't you, Billy? I know, I'm over it too, Billy. The only thing I said in yesterday's comments on the video, the only thing good about this quote is it makes picking up dog poop in the yard a lot easier because they're like little poopsicles. Unless they freeze to the ground, which I have one that I couldn't get up because it was frozen to the ground. So I'm waiting for it to warm up so I can go out there and pick it up because I like to keep the yard clean for the dogs. So I do like the cold for that, but other than that, I don't like being out in it. All right, so TMI. TMI. Okay, so here are the clarifiers for today. We have the Knight of Cups. This speaks to that compassion of the pink dress that I see here, guys. This is about us sort of like being honoring ourselves, honoring our truth, and moving forward in a place like the white horse of purity. Yes, there is a mountain range here, right? So yes, there is this wands coming at us. Yes, there might be an obstruction or a challenge, but we meet that challenge with love. We meet that challenge with honor. The Knights to me are about service, honor, gratitude, loyalty, those sort of, principles, right? And the Knight of Cups is that truest form of like heart, compassion, love. I do feel like this is us maintaining that for ourselves and moving forward in that. And I'm going to say this too, this idea of compassion, or this idea, like, look at this horse's head. He feels like he's turning it down, like he's not rearing to go in and fight. We're not seeing like, a big rush. He's almost like bowing his head down. I don't know why I can't think of that phrase. There's a phrase that I'm trying to think about. It's like a Jesus phrase. Oh my God, I'm trying to quote Jesus this early in the morning. What am I thinking? Something about, when somebody harms you, like turn the other cheek. I don't know. Somebody leave it in the comments. You guys know. But I get that from this horse. It's like he's got his head bound down. We're not necessarily getting into the mix with it. We're just moving forward in purity, compassion, and love today. And we have the strength and the willingness, or the clarity of our heart, our emotions, our spirit, to move forward today towards what is meant for us, rather than what others think we should do, or what they think is out there for us, or what they need. The next card is the Devil. Okay, great. The Devil is Capricorn energy, right? Oh, and Knight of Cups is water, so it's, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. The Devil is about where are we our weakest? Where are we holding on to something too tightly? When I think about the Devil being here with the right action card, it's like, this idea of letting go of what doesn't belong to us and allowing what does belong to us to come to us. Where are we holding on to something, or are we enslaved to something that we can't set ourselves free from? I don't get a super negative feeling from this Devil. I feel like this Knight of Cups will meet this Devil with love, and it kind of melts the Devil. Some of us might be dealing with challenging situations that we feel obligated to, chained to, or even some of us addicted to, like we don't know how to find our way out. That might be some of the fight, and also the clarity of mind that's needed, and the careful steps that we see in the Six of Swords earlier in this week. But I do think that the Devil's also here to show us areas where we can improve, or where like our Achilles heel is, in a sense. What's the other thing? I want to say Mars just went into Capricorn, right? And Mars is our planet of warring. or how we debate, how we fight, how we argue. And so I'm going to say, don't give in to the temptation to sink to the level of whatever a situation may want out of us, like especially with the challenge of the Seven of Wands. If we find people trying to push our buttons in old familiar ways and they bring up triggers, stop, look at those triggers with love, and then turn your head away from them like this white horse is doing. It's not that this white horse is afraid of this devil, it's like it no longer wants to engage in the old ways, is my feeling. And the devil's actually teaching us that. Let's look at the last clarifier, the Nine of Swords. Now, Nine of Swords indicates sometimes nightmares, obviously, bad thoughts, things that we can't get free from or that we feel stuck or anguished by. But when I look at this, I feel like this is somebody else's clarifier. I feel like this is those 6 wands that we see coming against that girl in the 7 of Wands. This is those wands turning towards the future and moving forward in sort of anguish to me. The swords pointing in the future direction says to me that we might be moving forward in this Knight of Cups energy towards the devil or towards what stands in our way, facing off with it, and then moving forward. But I don't feel like this is us. I feel like this is ideally the anxieties or anguish or thoughts of others that we feel responsible to or have felt responsible to or connected to, chained to. And the thing is I feel like the warning with this Nine of Swords is if we're not careful, because this devil is here, right? If we're not careful, and if we don't hold the line or toe the line and keep the clarity, and this is maybe why we saw the Six of Swords so much this month, we could get sucked into this nightmarish, anxiety-ridden thought pattern that would undo sort of all of the Six of Swords that we've been looking at these last 2 weeks, right? All of the work that we've, the quiet time, the clearing of the mind, all of that. I feel like this is someone else's energy maybe affecting us if we're not careful and remain sort of pure. Do not get involved, draw a boundary, open ourselves up to what's in alignment to us, even if that means letting go of things that we were deeply connected to or feel obligation to. And some of that is the Seven of Wands and some of that is the devil. Like, I feel like there's something here that might be hard for us to let go of because we might feel a certain amount of personal responsibility, or maybe the belief is it makes us a bad person if we move forward in our own self-love and our own loyalty to ourselves and we draw those compassionate boundaries. We might get a backlash. We might cause anxiety or nightmares in others or fears in others, like, oh my God, if they change, what does that mean for me? Well, that's not really our responsibility anymore. Does that make sense? And so remember too, the grounding stone underneath this week is about tolerance. And so tolerance to me is a kind of a funny energy because it's like we're not trying to change it, we're tolerating it, we're allowing it to be where it's at. But where some of these situations are at with the Nine of Swords and the devil there speaks to them not being very good or healthy. And we're trying to move on, and it doesn't seem like those situations want to allow us for fear of what they're going to do without our presence in their life. Now, we may want to be careful because these 7 wands are coming at our spirit, these 9 of swords, and I hope this makes sense to you guys. These anxieties or anguishes or nightmares or worries of others, if you change too quickly or if you move too far forward or if you maintain your boundaries, that's going to shift my security or what I need from you. That's a scary thing for an outside party. And then through empathy or through, this fact that it's coming at us through the spirit, we might pick up on this and slip back into this and start feeling this for ourselves and thinking it's ours, when in all actuality it may belong to the situation, person, or relationship, energy that we are trying to maintain a boundary from and depart with love. I hope that makes sense, and tolerance, right? So the best thing about the tolerance underpinning this is allow the devil to be the devil. Allow the devil to show you what you need to see, right? But do not allow the devil to pull you back in or de-clarify or clutter your mind again moving forward. I don't think that they will. I think that the anxiety will get high amongst others and we may pick up on it. That might be, it almost feels like these swords are these wands coming back at us, if that makes sense, like a full circle. Like I feel like there's an energy. This knight wants to move forward through the devil, through these, you know, old past thoughts that no longer work, towards right action, but yet these swords want to like come back at us and smack us or convince us to stop, and we're like, no, I need to move forward. The grounding stone for today is strength. This is going to take our strength today, guys. Grounding in our own personal strength, the strength of our mind, our thoughts, our truth, our heart, our emotions. That's going to be what's required of us today to move forward through this and transform it before the year is out. That is your reading today. I hope you enjoyed it. Please hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment or a question, and share the video out, guys. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Hold tight, you can get through this, I swear to God. Just grounding that strength and tolerance. Take care. Bye-bye.